so we just celebrated our 25th anniversary. And initially Steve started Forever Young as a way to just channel his own charitable giving. So for a lot of years we were mostly a pass-through foundation, supporting other charities. But then about the time Steve retired in 2000, we started looking at some of our own projects, and those began with what we call Forever Young Zones in children's hospitals. Anyway, Sophie Barton, for whom Sophie's Place is named, she was a 17-year-old, vibrant, just beautiful young lady, singer, songwriter, very talented, and tragically collapsed one day and passed away. And found out later that she had an enlarged heart. But she was a close friend of the Youngs, she and her family, and so they wanted to do something to memorialize her. And as we started to explore that, she was a volunteer at Primary Children's Hospital in the music therapy program. And so we already had a relationship with Primary. We had a Forever Young Zone there. So as Steve and Barb Young met with Sophie's parents, the Bartons, they came up with the idea, and with Primary Children's, that their music therapy program really needed a dedicated space within the hospital. And we didn't know it at the time, but when we opened it, we found out that it was the first dedicated space in a children's hospital for music therapy. This was in 2013. We thought it would just be one Sophie's Place, and that was the intent, but as other children's hospitals learned about it, we realized there's great interest and great demand. And the tagline, "Music changes everything," really is true. And anybody that loves music knows that. I mean, music therapy is certainly a science, but there's a lot of art that goes with it as well. And even without the science part, music is very powerful. But you combine that with the science of music therapy, and it truly is impactful.
Yeah, and you mentioned that it started in hospitals because you're giving these families an opportunity, you're going kind of where the need is,
Yeah.
but branching out to the mobile clinic, and then what is the greatest seed that you're planting here in this foster community?
Yeah, I mean, this will be our first one. Even the mobile unit is really mostly dedicated towards hospitals, so this will really be our first one outside of a hospital setting, and that's exciting. The foster community is, I think we all know a little bit about it, or knew it. I certainly knew a little bit about it, but once meeting the folks here at Jacob's Mission, you just realize it traditionally has been a very underserved community. I think in many ways we've probably failed as a society when it relates to these kids. And when Steve started Forever Young Foundation, the reason he decided to focus on children is he just felt like they are certainly the most vulnerable in our society. And most of them, probably all of them, end up in whatever circumstances they end up in, not by any choice of their own. And certainly the foster community is a prime example of that. And so to try to find ways to bless their lives. And these kids are dealing with a myriad of challenges. And to have something like a Sophie's Place here that will not only be a place where music therapy can take place, but can also just be a great opportunity for music to bless their lives.